Well, hey guys, what's up? It's your boy AI Legends, and today I shall be uploading the next part of What If Naruto Was Abandoned by His Family. So guys, but before starting this video, I would like to make a request to all of you guys who are watching this video to please guys subscribe to my channel because I really want to reach 10,000 subscribers as quick as possible, and it will help me a lot if you guys subscribe to my channel. So please guys do so. Well guys, yesterday I uploaded a small video in which I told you guys to subscribe to my channel as I made a new channel of quotes, as many people subscribe to that channel. I think that right now I have around 200 subscribers. Well, I was expecting more, but still I'm quite thankful that you guys actually listen to me about in that case, and I'm pretty sure that many people who did not subscribe to that channel will do so. So it will be a huge favor to me and I will remember it. And thanks to that 200 subscribers you guys gave me on that channel, I shall upload as much videos as I can today. And you guys can get even more if you guys subscribe to that channel. The link of that channel is in the description below. So if you guys are not subscribed to that channel, please guys do so. It will motivate me to make more videos like this and that. So without any further ado, let us start our video. Well guys, last time we left off at the preliminary matches, in which Naruto fought off against Rock Lee. As it was a great battle, in the end all the Chunins and Jonins were really impressed with the speed and power of both Rock Lee and Naruto, as Minato noticed that Naruto was using the suppression as well as gravity seals, as he was quite surprised to see that, because the gravity seals are actually used by the Kage level as well as Jonin level shinobi who use these seals to actually train themselves. It was really shocking for Minato to see that how Naruto was actually using this seal. So it was a bit of a surprise for Minato. So let us start our video from here on, as the battle finally ended, as Minato stood up as he finally announces that how the final matches will be going to held after 1 month. In this 1 month you guys can train as well as get more moves like this, as all the shinobi understand, and then they finally went off. As for Menma and Mito, as Menma and Mito were not that happy after seeing the immense speed that Naruto actually displayed. They were quite angry because they know that they cannot move at those speeds. But don't get me wrong, they feel quite arrogant because Menma and Mito think that as long as they have the power of the Nine Tails, their speed and power will increase drastically, and then they will be able to beat Naruto without any trouble whatsoever. And now we have a small time skip, as in this time Menma and Mito finally went to the Hokage office, as Minato was standing in front of Menma and Mito along with Jiraiya and Tsunade were there. As Minato finally spoke up as he said, well Menma and Mito, first of all I would like to congratulate both of you for passing the preliminary matches. As Menma was quite happy as he said, yeah, did you doubted me father? I'm the child of prophecy, the strongest Genin in the Konoha, by raising his face. As Mito speak up, yeah, I'm the strongest Konoichi, you know it dad. As Minato smiled at that and said, well, I truly believe that you guys will be able to do it, but now you guys are going to train even harder. As Menma looked towards Minato, and why is that? As Minato said, well, it is about the finals and I'm pretty sure that all the Genins are going to train really hard. As Menma nodded, as he said, so why we are here, dad? We should be training, right? As Minato said, well Menma, as you know, you already been trained in the art of sage art from your childhood. As Menma nodded at that as he said, but I cannot enter sage mode that easily, you know. As Minato said, well, that will be your main focus in this time. In this 1 month, you guys will go to Mount Miyaboko with Jiraiya. As Jiraiya was smirking beside Minato, as Menma was quite happy, as well as Mito. As Mito said, yeah, I always wanted to learn the sage mode, but I do not have the frog summoning contract. As Tsunade speak up, well dear, you are going to learn the slug sage mode. Don't you know the slug also provide the sage mode, and you have been learning in the art of sage. Have you forgotten it? As Mito just laughed and said, don't worry, I will be able to learn it as well. I know the basics you taught me during our training trip. As Tsunade nodded at that, as then Jiraiya said, alright, it is about time, Menma, come with me. As Tsunade said, yeah, Mito, you will come with me, even though I don't know the sage mode, but you have been learning the sage mode from your childhood, so I think that the slug should be able to provide you with the last training. As Mito nodded at that, as Minato spoke up, well, you guys train hard and then you guys will be able to become strong enough to be able to save this world. As Menma speak up, yeah, I'm going to save this world because I'm the child of prophecy. Especially, I will beat that loser. As Minato was a bit confused, as he said, yeah, that loser of a brother of ours. As Mito started to laugh, as Minato was surprised to hear that, as Menma said, yeah, from the day I arrived in this village, he is taking my spotlight, and then I will show him how big of a loser he actually is, and I shall beat him to the ground and show him his true place. As Mito started to laugh, as Minato was really shocked to hear this, as he said, Menma, that is not the way you're talking about your brother. How dare you to speak in such a manner? As Menma said, well, I don't care about him. I don't consider him my brother or anything. He's just a loser and nothing more than a loser. As Minato was in utter shock as Jiraiya, but before Minato could say anything or get angry on both Menma and Mito, as Jiraiya put a hand on Minato's shoulder as Minato looked towards Jiraiya, as Jiraiya whispered in the ear of Minato as he said, don't worry Minato, I know that it is just that Menma is a bit jealous about the power of Naruto, as Naruto was able to beat him before, so I think that is all, don't worry about it. As Minato finally calmed down and said, alright, just teach him some manners, alright, as Jiraiya smirked at that and said, don't worry, he's coming with me, the legendary Sannin, as Minato just facepalmed at that and said, alright, Menma, Mito, train hard and come, after 1 month, you have a finals to win, as he smirked at both Menma and Mito, as both of them smirked back and then finally went off, as Minato finally took a seat, as he started to think about all the circumstances and all the things that are happening in his life recently. As he looked towards Kushina, who was looking towards him, as Minato said, well, Kushina, I was wondering if it was actually the right decision. As Kushina looked towards Minato, as she said, the decision to take Menma and Mito on the training trip, right? As Minato nodded at that, as Kushina said, why ask? As Minato said, well, I think that both of them have become a bit spoiled, you know. As Kushina sighed and said, well, Minato, I was wondering about the same thing. Both of them have really become a lot arrogant. As Minato sighed at that and said, as he started to think, I was wondering, how did Naruto get so strong? If could it actually be? No, it cannot be. The prophecy clearly states that how a child with the ancient power is going to be the child of prophecy. It is not possible for Naruto to become the child of prophecy. I mean, he do have the soul of the 9 tails, but he does not have the power. So I think that Menma and Mito should be the one who has the power of the 9 tails. Yeah, it is too late to think about it. As he sighs and said, well, I have to do a lot of paperwork. As Kushina sighs and said, alright Minato, I'm going home. As Minato nodded at that, as he finally went off. Now, we head towards Naruto, as Naruto was in the secluded training area. As he was talking to Kyuubi, as he opened his eyes within the mindscape, as Kurama was in front of him. As Kurama looked towards Naruto and said, so what do you want, Naruto? Shouldn't you be training right now? As Naruto looked towards Kurama and said, well, Kurama, I wanted to ask you how much of a chakra you have already received back. As Kurama looked towards Naruto and said, well, I have more than 50%, around 60% of my chakra has already returned to me. As Naruto smirked at that and said, well, that is great and all, but I could train in the normal manner, but I want to ask you about my eyes, my new eyes. You told me that you will teach me about those eyes. As Kurama sighs and said, well, it is going to take a lot of effort, damn it. As he said, alright brat, I'm going to teach you about the eyes. The eyes are known as the Rinnegan. Those eyes have special abilities. Well, most common one are the sage abilities that I know are 6 abilities. As Naruto was really excited to learn all of these abilities, as he said, so Kurama, how do you know actually about those eyes and their power? Do you know everything? As Kurama looked towards Naruto and said, well, you may not know it, but I was once inside of the Sage of 6 Paths along with all the tail beasts, and he was like our father, like our Jinchuriki. So we know about all of his powers, but I think that you might have some other powers as well beside the powers which were common between all the Rinnegans. As Naruto nodded at that and said, well, it is going to be interesting. As Kurama smirked and said, well, it is going to be exhausting as well, brat. So get on your feet, we have a training to do. As Naruto nodded at that. Now, we have a timescape of 1 month. So let us start the Chunin exams. as the Chunin exams were going to be held. In this time, Naruto being the apprentice of the third Hokage, as people started to like Naruto. There is small percentage of the Hidden Leaf Village which actually do not like Naruto, but still there is a huge percentage which started to change their point of view after Naruto becoming the apprentice of the third Hokage and proving to villagers that he is not actually a demon or anything like it. So many of the people started to like Naruto in this time, but there were still few who do not actually like Naruto a lot. So as all the crowd was there, as it was a huge crowd, as it was a festival of the Chunin exams. So many Daniels and businessmen were there, as Chunin exams was seems to be a big off festival. And then finally Minato along with Kazekage finally arrived. Kazekage being Orochimaru. But what Orochimaru did not expect it was Jiraiya and Tsunade along with third Hokage being sitting beside Minato as he gritted his teeth and said, "Damn it, it's going to be hard to get Minato now. Don't worry, I have a plan." As he smirked at that, and then Minato finally stood up as he gave the speech about how the Chunin exams are there to combine all the nations so that there could be no war and peace could be actually be held. And then all the boring speech finally ended, and then he said, "Alright, let the matches begin." As the first match is going to be Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze versus Neji Hyuga, as Neji finally landed beside the Proctor, as then Proctor said Naruto Uzumaki, as Naruto was not there, as he started to think if that brat is not there, as he was about to say Naruto's name once again, as then suddenly several butterflies started to appear within the arena as it started to take a shape of a human figure, as Proctor, along with all the shinobis and all the civilians that were watching this, were really impressed with the show, as then Naruto appeared out of the butterfly Shinchuin, as he was wearing, you can say, white shirt beneath and then a small upper, like black upper, and then black pants and the black shinobi sandals, as Naruto was dressed in white and black, as with the blonde hair being spiky and long blonde hair with the headband on his head, as Naruto looked towards Proctor as he said, "You're late," as Naruto just simply shrugged at that, and then Proctor said, "So, both of you ready?" As Neji nodded along with Naruto, as then Proctor said, "Alright, begin," as he quickly jumped out of the way. Now we head to the Kage booth, as Minato said, "That was a really impressive entry," as Kazekage said, "Well, Lord Hokage, your son did had a great entry. That is quite a unique Shinchuin on that," as Minato nodded at that, as then he was wondering how much tricks Naruto actually has, because he has never seen Naruto using such a Shinchuin before. Only Itachi Uchiha is the one who knows a Shinchuin like that, and no one else. And then Neji finally speak up, "It does not matter at all," as Naruto looked towards Neji as he said, "What does not matter?" As Neji said, "It does not matter if you're the son of Hokage or not, because I'm destined to win this battle and your destiny is to lose to me, the prodigy of the Hyuga clan," as Naruto narrowed his eyes towards Neji and said, "Destiny, huh? Well, that is quite a unique concept you have there, Neji. But sorry to break it to you, but I don't believe in destiny, because it is I who shall decide my destiny with my very own hands, and no one else has any say in the matter, as destiny to lose to me." As he took his stand and said, "Well, I do not care if you're the son of Hokage, but, I forgot, your father, so-called Hokage, left you here because you were such a weakling and took your other siblings so that he could actually make them strong." As Naruto narrowed his eyes towards Neji, as Neji was trying to provoke Naruto, as people heard it, along with Minato, as guilt started to build up inside Minato, as Naruto just simply smirked and said, "Well, I do not consider our dear Hokage to be my father, because he was never a father to me, or anything like it. The only father or family that I have is the family of Uchiha, and forget about Uzumaki and Namikaze. You can call me an Uchiha." And then Naruto closes his eyes and then he opened them. To everyone's utter shock and surprise, Naruto had the 3 Tomoe Sharingan within his eyes, as Neji gasped and said, "What? How do you get the Sharingan? It is not possible." As Naruto just simply smirked, and before Neji could say anything or anyone could say anything, Naruto simply vanished as a fist was planting within the face of Neji, as Neji was sent flying into the nearby wall, while in the Kage booth, as Orochimaru was in shock, as he said, "Well, that brat, he did use the power of the Sharingan and the Rinnegan, Yes, I want his eyes. As you know, Orochimaru, the pedophile, those type of things he started to do. As for Minato and Jiraiya and Tsunade, along with Kushina, they were in utter shock as he said, "What? How is that possible? How did Naruto get the Sharingan?" As Minato was thinking, as well as Jiraiya, as he said, "Could it be that Fugaku gave him some other eyes? But how? It is not possible. Even if Naruto gets the different eyes, his eyes are still blue, and if it was a transplant, he could not deactivate the Sharingan. What is going on here?" And I didn't knew about it. As he started to think all those things in his mind. As for Naruto, he sent Neji flying into the nearby wall as he was slammed into the wall. As then Neji finally came out of the wall as he spit out some blood and said, "Huh, you caught me off guard. Well, it's not going to happen again. You damn Uchiha. It is even better to prove that how pathetic your clan is and how the Hyuga clan is always better than the Uchiha clan." But before he could complete his sentence, a fist was once again planted at the bottom of his face as he was sent upward. As Neji almost bit his tongue as he was talking too much. As Naruto said, "Huh, you talk too much, little Hyuga." As Neji finally came to his senses and said, "Damn you, alright, that is enough," as he activated his Byakugan as he looked towards Naruto and said, "You're done for," as he started to rush towards Naruto with incredible speed, with the Chunin level speed, as he was trying, as he said, "Alright, you're in my vision," as he started to deliver his 64 palms, 8 trigrams, 64 palms, 2 palms, 8 palms, 16 palms, 32 palms, 8 trigram, 64 palms. As to everyone, it was like Naruto was getting all the hits, and then to everyone's utter shock, as Naruto was, you can say, collapsed into the ground as Neji smirked and said, "Huh, this is what you get for being so cocky. As I told you, it's your destiny." But before he could complete his sentence, as Naruto, which was on the ground, simply poof away, as it was a shadow clone, as Neji's eyes widened as he said, "What? A shadow clone? How? When? When did he make that?" As Jiraiya, along with Tsunade, were watching this, as Jiraiya said, "I did not even see him making the shadow clone. Did you saw him, Tsunade?" As Tsunade just simply said, "No, I did not saw it as well." As so, when did he make the shadow clone? As then Naruto voice came from the nearby tree in the arena as he said, "Well, Neji, it seems that you dispel my clone. Really impressive indeed." As Naruto was sitting only on the tree, as Neji narrowed his eyes towards Naruto as he said, "How? When did you make the shadow clone? My eyes could see through anything and I did not saw it." As Naruto just simply shrugged and said, "Well, I have my secrets." As he jumped into the arena as he said, "Well, Neji, that was really impressive, but if it is truly your true speed, then I must say you're no match for me." As Neji gritted his teeth and said, "Don't be so cocky," as he started to rush towards Naruto, 8 trigrams, 64 palms, as he delivered 64 palms once again. But to everyone, it was like Naruto was getting all the hits, but to Neji, he was getting angrier and angrier as he said, 2 palms, as Naruto dodged 2 palms, as Neji said, 8 palms, Naruto dodged 8 palms, as Neji delivered 64 palms, as Naruto dodged each and every strike of Neji, as Neji was really getting frustrated, as Naruto said, "Huh, Neji, it is not going to work, so just give up." As Naruto simply punches Neji on his face once again for the 3rd time, as Neji was sent flying once again into the same crater which he made the first time he was slammed into the wall, making it even more wider, as Neji still came out of the crater and said, "How? It is not possible." As Naruto just simply vanished once again, as Naruto was moving at such a speed as Neji, even though using his Byakugan, was not able to keep up, as Naruto said, "Well, Neji, I did told you that I will teach you a lesson, so it is about time that I show you that how the destiny actually means nothing and one can decide his fate by his own hard work." As Neji, but before Neji could say anything, he met with a punch to his face and then a kick to his gut and then a whole combo to his body. As to everyone, Naruto was like a blur, as Neji was almost being flying in the air, as Neji was suspended in the air. Naruto was not letting him to even touch the ground. Every time he just came a bit lower to the ground, he met with a punch or a kick, which sent him even flying upward, and then Naruto slammed Neji into the ground. As Naruto looked towards Proctor and said, "It is over, Proctor." But before Proctor could say anything, Neji stood up as he said, "It is not over, Uchiha. I shall not lose to you. It is my destiny." As Naruto looked towards, still with that destiny crap, You're really stubborn, but it does not matter. Your chakra is almost zero. You cannot win against me. As Neji smirked and said, it's not going to be over yet. As Neji picked something from his pocket and then he ate it. As Naruto narrowed his eyes towards Neji, as Neji's chakra started to boil up even further, and then Neji's chakra completely replenishes. As Naruto said, so what did you do, As Neji said, a soldier pill. Well, I was not expecting it to use it, but it does not matter. You are going down now, Uchiha. As he started to rush towards Naruto, Naruto quickly go through hand signs and said, fire style, fireball jutsu. As Neji smirked at that, and then he started to rotate into rotation as rotation completely blew away all the fire that was heading towards it. As everyone in the, you can say everyone who was watching was really impressed. As Naruto said, it does not matter if your chakra is replenished, Neji. You have already received a lot of damage from me, even though I was holding back a lot against you. But it seems that you're really stubborn, So I shall end you now. As Naruto looked towards Neji as he narrowed his eyes, and Neji said, alright, you're done for. As Neji started to rush towards Naruto as he delivered a kick to the face of Naruto, sending Naruto flying. As then Neji started to move even more faster and faster as he delivered 2 bombs. As to Neji's surprise, he actually hit, and then he smirked and said, alright, 4 bombs, 16 bombs, 32 bombs, 64 bombs. As Naruto was sent flying in the wall, as Neji even moved even faster as he appeared in front of Naruto as he started to deliver combos after combos as he was hitting Naruto all over. As he said, I told you, it is your destiny to lose to me, and now you shall die. As he started to rotate as Naruto was standing in the range as the Kaiten sent Naruto flying as Naruto was almost on the ground. As Neji started to laugh, yes, I finally beat you, Uchiha. I told you, it is your destiny to lose to me. To Neji's surprise, the Naruto that was on the ground simply vanishes, and then the world started to change as Neji was in utter shock when the world started to change into different. As Neji said, what? No, it is not possible. How? It Genjutsu? As he quickly circulate his chakra as he broke through the Genjutsu. To his utter shock, he was still in the ground as Naruto had the soldier pill in his hand. As he said, so you are about to eat this, Well, it was great. As Neji said, how? My Byakugan should be able to see the Genjutsu. As Naruto said, well, Neji, it does not matter how strong your Genjutsu is, but it was your Byakugan is. It was something you wanted to see, so your eyes allowed you to see it. And my Genjutsu are really strong. You should know about it already. After all, the one who I consider my big brother is Itachi Uchiha. As Neji greeted his dates, as then Proctor arrived and said, alright, the winner of the match is Naruto Uzumaki, because Neji was already knocked out. As everyone was in pure shock, you can say amazement, as everyone started to cheer for Naruto Uchiha, as this was on the face of everyone. As Naruto finally went off, as Minato was not happy because everyone was calling his son not Namikaze or Uzumaki. He could tolerate the Uzumaki, but not this Uchiha, as he was really angry as he started to curse in his mind to Fugaku as well as even Itachi, because as he said, damn it, those Uchihas took my son, I shall not tolerate it, they will pay for it. As he was really angry after hearing all of this, as well as Kushina, because guilt was building up inside of Kushina as well as Minato a lot. As for Jiraiya and Tsunade, they were really impressed. As Jiraiya said, so Tsunade, do you think that those Uchihas gave Naruto the Sharingan? As then Tsunade looked towards Naruto and said, well, I do not think so, because as far as I know from healing Kakashi, once you have the Sharingan, you cannot deactivate it. As well as Naruto still has the blue eyes, and I don't know any Uchiha who has the blue eyes. Do you know? As Jiraiya shook his head and said, no. Well, it does not make any sense. As Tsunade said, well, it could only make sense if any descendant, any ancestor of Minato could be an Uchiha by far, and Naruto could actually get the genes of the Uchiha. It is a long shot, but it is the only explanation that I could actually give. As then Jiraiya said, why Minato? As Tsunade said, well, Kushina is a Uzumaki, I can tell that, and because she has the red hair as well as she does not have any trait of the Uchiha, and I know her family, which is completely consists of Uzumakis, so she is not an Uchiha. Only possibility that Minato could have the genes of the Uchihas by far, as Jiraiya nodded at that. And then the next match, it was Menma against some Shino, as Shino tried to suck up the chakra of Menma, as Menma smug as he decided to use the power of the Nine Tails, poisoning the bugs of Shino, as Shino finally gave up because he did not want to lose all of his bugs in a single match. And then it was Mito against a Shinobi, as she was able to win. And then it was, and 6 companions remain as the matches goes on. Shikamaru versus, you know, the Shinobis and all those type of stand Shinobis also lost thanks to Menma and Mito, as well as Naruto won against Kankuro, and those type of matches happened. Let us go to the main fun part, as it was 6 battles, but the battles were taking a lot longer. And then Orochimaru was getting desperate because he wanted to see the battle of either Sasuke, as well as Sasuke was there. He also fought some matches, but they were not that important. Let us go to the main fun part. And then Minato stood up and said, "Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have an important announcement to make. This time we have came up with a new strategy. Instead of 1v1, since we know that many Shinobis are different and sometimes one Shinobi has to take multiple fights, or it could be 3-way battle. So we have came up with the battle royale. In this battle, there will be 2 matches. First match is going to be Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze versus Menma Uzumaki Namikaze and Mito Uzumaki Namikaze. And the third match is going to be Sasuke Uchiha versus Gaara of the Sand and the, you know, second one, what was her name again? One sound Shinobi that actually remains. Yeah, that should be good enough. As then you could argue that no, the Shinobis might take sides of each other. That is the main reason I said Sasuke versus Gaara, which means that leaf versus sand and versus sound. So it is highly unlikely that these people will take sides of each other. And on the other battle royale, it is only the Shinobis of the Konoha, so it does not matter. Konoha will not be called like they are taking sides or those type of things. So that is that. As the Proctor finally arrived within the arena, as he said, "Alright." As then Naruto along with Menma and Mito finally entered into the area. As then Proctor said, "Alright, so are you guys ready for this match?" As Menma smiled and said, "I was already ready to beat this loser to the ground and show this loser his true place." As Naruto had a blank expression on his face, and then Proctor sighed and said, "Alright, are you guys ready?" As Naruto nodded along with Mito, and then Proctor said, "Alright, begin." As he quickly jumped out of the area. Now we head to the, let us see, where people are watching, as everyone said, well, it's going to be the battle between the Hokage's son, right? As one of them said, well, that Naruto boy, did you heard that how Hokage actually did not train him, while the other two were trained by legendary Sanins and Hokage, as well as the Red Dad of Konoha, Kushina Uzumaki. As one of them said, yeah, both of them would be a lot stronger, right? As one of them speak up, nah, I don't think so. Naruto is really strong. Don't you know his strength? He was also trained by the third Hokage. As one of them said, well, third Hokage is truly strong, but those two were really trained by many Shinobis. So, and third Hokage did not had a lot of time to train only Naruto. He was Hokage in the absence of Minato, remember? As one of them said, alright, let's see who's going to win this battle. As people were chatting among each other, as Menma finally speak up, alright loser, are you ready? As Naruto looked towards Menma, as Menma started to speak and said, well, you're truly a loser. I do not consider you even worthy of my time, of my battle. So, it is really easy for you to just give up this match, and it will be a lot easy for you, otherwise I will beat you to the ground. As Naruto looked towards Menma and said, well Menma, last time I remember, last time we fought, I beat you to the ground. As Menma got angry and said, you're nothing, you're not even a part of our family, you do not deserve the name of Uzumaki or Namikaze. Oh yeah, I forgot, you do not even have that name, because last time I checked, being both of us, being the heir, and also younger than you, you were exiled from both of the clans. As both Menma and Mito started to laugh, while in the audience, everyone was listening to this, and they did not like that. As one of them said, it seemed that both of them are really arrogant. I did not expect it that. As then Menma's Mito speak up, yeah, you're just a loser. That is the main reason Mom and Dad left you there and did not let you come with us so that you could train with us. They already knew that you would only be a hindrance to our training because we have the child of prophecies and you're nothing but a burden to our family, nothing but a loser. As Naruto was really getting irritated because he actually do not care anymore about the Uzumaki Namikaze family and he do not consider either Menma and Mito to be his siblings. So, but they were really bad mouthing him a lot and he do not like it. While in the Kage boot, as Kazekage was looking towards Minato, who was clenching his face along with Kushina, who was already on the, you can say, in the tears. As for Jiraiya and Tsunade, they were in utter shock as they were looking towards each other, as both of them had the same thoughts in their mind as they have, is this their fault? As if they are the one who actually made both Menma and Mito this spoiled. As Naruto looked towards Menma and said, well Menma, you're really crossing your lines. I do not care about your stupid fake family, Uzumaki Namikaze. I already abandoned that name, I do not care about it. Because that is the main reason I call myself Naruto Uchiha. I also have the Sharingan. As Menma said, I do not need that stupid Sharingan of yours. That is just a pathetic dojutsu. While in the audience, Uchihas were really getting irritated from these two brats. They were really bad-mouthing Naruto. And Naruto is praised like a prodigy in the Uchiha clan. They really liked Naruto a lot along with Sasuke. Both of them were considered like brothers, as well as the strongest Uchihas to ever live, along with Itachi and Shisui. As in the Kage boot, Minato was really getting frustrated from the two of his children, as he did not like or appreciate that how they actually are treating Naruto, as when they say that how, as Menma said, you're saying that only because we, mom and dad, abandoned you here. They did not like you. You're just a burden to our family. That is the main reason. You're just trying to make yourself good by saying that you do not like the Uzumaki and Namikaze family and calling yourself an Uchiha. That pathetic clan on the verge of the Hidden Leaf Village, almost out of the Hidden Leaf Village, as he started to laugh as the Uchihas were really getting angry now. As for Minato, he was feeling shame all over along with Kushina. It was true. They actually abandoned Naruto there and took Menma and Mito, and this is the result of it all. As then Minato was really getting angry as Jiraiya put a hand to his shoulder as he said, Minato, relax. They're just kids. As Minato glared at Jiraiya, and Jiraiya took 2 steps back as he was really surprised. He has not seen that look on the face of Minato till the day he got the name of the Yellow Flash. As Minato was really getting angry as he said, Jiraiya. As then he calmed himself down and then he looked towards the match as Naruto said, well, are you going to just talk or we are going to fight? Because I don't think that I'm obliged to give any answers to you, Menma. As Mito said, alright, that is enough. As she quickly go through hand signs and said, water style. Water bullets. As the water bullets started to rush towards Naruto, Naruto just simply smirked as he flipped into the air, dodging each and every water bullet. As Menma go through hand signs and said, fast dive. Fireball Jutsu, as a big fireball started to rush towards Naruto. Naruto just simply substituted himself with Mito, as Mito's eyes widened as she met with the fireball, as she got hit by the fireball, and then went into the ground as she became angry as she said, damn you loser, as she started to rush towards Naruto with more speed, as well as Menma, as both of them were trying to hit Naruto, but to everyone's surprise, Naruto was dodging each and every one of their attacks like they were nothing. As in the audience, well, not only these two brats are quite bad mouth, but also it seems that they are no match for Naruto after all. Well, it is to be expected. After all, Naruto is the strongest Genin. As one of them said, here's nothing. These two brats of Hokage are definitely not our favorite, as many people agree with that, as people could actually hear it. As well as Minato and Kushina were hearing all of these things that their children actually say to Naruto, their older brother, as well as people's opinion about their children. As Minato was now thinking, what is going on here? Menma and Mito should be the child of prophecy and they should be loved by everyone. But how? Things are going badly, definitely. The one who is getting the love is actually Naruto, who should not be the child of prophecy. He does not suit the prophecy. So how? What is going on here? As both Menma and Mito were trying their best to hit Naruto, as Naruto was dodging each and every one of their attacks like they were nothing. As Naruto said, come on, I don't have all day, I have other fights to complete, so just be serious already. As Menma made some distance and said, you asked for it, as he quickly go through hand sights along with Mito, as he said, Shadow Clone Jutsu, as both of them summoned 100 Shadow Clones each, as it was 200 clones, as Menma smirked and said, give up already. As Naruto smirked and said, bring it. As then Mito and Menma ordered their clones to rush towards Naruto. As all the clones started to attack Naruto from all directions, Naruto quickly go through hand sides and said, it is going to be fun. Wind style, wind tornado, as a wind tornado started to appear as Naruto was in the center of it, as this tornado started to move, even rotate faster and faster, as all the clones started to suck up in the tornado. And then they got poof away, as both Menma and Mito were being pulled towards the tornado, but they were trying their best to stick to the ground thanks to using some chakra, as Naruto dispersed the attack, and then Naruto quickly go through hand signs once again and said, wind style. Slashing wind, as the slashing wind started to rush towards both Menma and Mito, as Menma and Mito both gritted their teeth and said, alright, you asked for it. Naruto, as then both of them closes their eyes and then they opened their eyes as it had a red pupil, and then both of them jumped far away from the wind slice that was coming towards them, as the wind slice cut off several trees that were nearby in the arena, as both Menma and Mito, everyone could see the red chakra started to engulf both of them, and then Menma said, it is about time for me to show you your true place, you damn brat, as they started to rush towards Naruto with even more speed, using, the Zero Cloak, the Naruto state, the Red Eye state, as both of them engaged in a Taijutsu battle. Menma was really fast, along with Mito, as she also joined in with a Taijutsu battle, trying to scar Naruto's face, but to everyone's surprise, Naruto was still dodging both of them like they were nothing. It is just like the battle between Sasuke in the bell test versus Kakashi, as Naruto could easily see through all of their attacks as he was dodging and moving out of space like he was dancing and dodging all of their attacks, as both Menma and Mito became really angry, as then both of them looked towards each other and then smirked, and then both of them made some distance and then made several shadow clones, and then both of them took some position and then they started to meditate, as Naruto smirked at that and said, so they're trying to use that power, as Kurama nodded and said, well, they have already used a bit of my chakra, and I could see I have already received 65% of my chakra back, as Naruto smirked and said, well, that is good and all, Kurama, but let's see that what this sage mode is actually made up of. I really wanted to learn it, but since I do not have any summoning contract, it is a bit difficult, as Kurama nodded at that and said, so we shall have a summoning contract later on, but not now, as Naruto nodded at that, as then Naruto started to fight off against the Shadow Clones, dispelling them easily, giving both Menma and Mito time so that they can enter into their sage mode, as both Menma and Mito finally, after some time, opened their eyes, as Menma had the frog sage mode and Mito has the slug sage mode, as then Menma dashes towards Naruto with incredible speed, as Naruto's eyes widened as he met with a punch to his face, sending flying into the wall, as then Mito arrived before Naruto could hit the wall, as she kicked him into the air, as Naruto was sent flying into the air, as Naruto said, damn it, they're really fast and strong as well, as Naruto smirked at that, as he flipped into the air and then jumped down, as Naruto said, so you guys are powered up after all, as Menma said, what did you expect? I'm the child of prophecy, as Naruto just simply smirked and said, well, it does not matter to me who you are, the only thing matters is that I'm going to beat your sorry ass so badly that you are going to forget even your own name, Menma, as Menma smirked and said, bring it on, loser. As Naruto said, alright, I wanted to do this, as he started to move forward, and then he made a single hand sign and said, release, as first seal of chakra suppression, released, as chakra started to burst into Naruto's body, as everyone's eyes widened, as they could visibly see the blue chakra radiating from Naruto's body, as he said, gravity seal, level 3, release, level 2, release, as 2 seals release, as Naruto said, chakra seal, release, and another chakra seal Naruto removed, as he started to said, well, that is good enough, alright, let's see, Menma, how strong you actually are. Menma smirked and said, bring it on, loser, as Menma rushes towards Naruto with incredible speed, as well as Naruto, as Menma was thinking, using the sage mode, he could actually overpower Naruto, as both of them were moving their fists towards each other, as Menma said, your arm is done for, as Naruto, as well as Menma slammed their fists into each other's arms, as to Menma's utter shock, as well as Jiraiya and Tsunade and Minato Kushina, as Naruto's fist completely overpowered that of the fist of Menma. Well guys, which fist is actually stronger, sage mode Naruto or Tsunade? As Menma's eyes widened, as his arm completely broke, as he was sent flying through the wall, as he was slammed into the wall, as Mito said, Menma, as he started to rush towards Naruto, trying to engage in a taijutsu battle. Naruto would just simply dodge in each and every attack and then grab her face and then started to rotate her in a circular motion and then send her flying as she was slammed into the wall along with Menma. As Menma said, "How?" As Naruto smirked and said, "Chakra control." Well, it is like Tsunade, not on the level of Tsunade, but still, it is. I'm getting there. As Menma greeted his tears, "Damn you, you cheater! You cheated." As Naruto said, well, Menma, you're really a loser. You know that?" As Menma said, "Shut up!" As he started to rush towards Naruto. As there, Menma started to get angrier and angrier, along with Mito, as both of them started to use the power of the Nine Tails. Well, guys, we know from the fight of Naruto vs Pain, when Naruto actually met Nagato, he was able to combine his red chakra of the Nine Tails along with the power of the Sage Mode. As same thing started to happen here, as Sarada said, "Jiraiya, is it okay that if they combine the power of the Sage Mode with Nine Tails power, I don't think it is going to work." As Jiraiya said, "Well, it is possible, because Nine Tails is also a part of the nature. Though both of these chakras are a bit different, but still, I think that it should be able to combine together. But I don't think that Sage Mode is going to work for long if Naruto has strength like yours, or he's using the same method